Hi, Chelsea here with Rahma, the beautiful beaches of Dubai. Ex-rugby player turned surfer. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you? How's things?
Good. So tell us a little bit about yourself. How you got into the whole surfing thing?
Well, I used to play international rugby before, and I played in the World Cup for the UAE national team, and then I got injured really bad against New Zealand. So part of my rehab was actually to run in the water as part of my getting back in shape after my surgery. So I started running in the water and I stopped with surfing, and I was like, you know what, I want to try it. Maybe that's something I'm very interested in. And I tried surfing 2 years ago, and next year I'm doing the world tour.
Yeah, nice. Fell in love with it.
Oh, I fell in love with it straight away.
Ever since. Cool, cool. Yeah, whenever we think of Dubai, I don't usually think of surfers. There's not really this surf kind of culture here. Has that been kind of a challenge for you, or?
Yeah, definitely. That's one of the things that's actually stopping me, not allowing me to compete in the World Tour earlier than 2 years. I think 2 years is a little bit early for a lot of people, but then for me, I think I should have done it a long time ago. But then in Dubai, we don't get much waves, so only waves we get is during winter, and our winter is 3 months only. And even during winter, we only have maybe twice or 3 times swell a month, which means that we don't get much surf. If I'm gonna go compete in the World Tour, compete against some really good Brazilian guys. They live next to the beach. A lot of Americans, Hawaiians, they live literally two steps out of the best wave breaks in the world.
So how do you stay in shape then? If you don't have, in the off season here in Dubai, what do you do to stay in touch with the water?
Yeah, well, I'm blessed to be working for an airline company that allows me to get really cheap air tickets. What I do is I fly every weekend to actually improve my surfing, enhance my surfing, and actually go to the next level of what I really want to be. Because as a surfer, being out of the water a whole week, it is really frustrating and it really kills you. So one thing for me is I want to surf as much as I can, and I also I can't not surf for a whole week, so that actually kills me. So I travel all on the weekends, and in the last 8 months I've been working with Matt Greggs, one of the best performance coaches around the world. And I've been living in Sydney for 8 months. I'm working with him really closely, and I think I've picked up my game really next to the next level, and I have been performing really good after his coaching.
Okay, nice. What was the hardest thing learning to surf? I know you've been working with this great coach. I'm sure you've met a lot of really great surfers. For you, what was your biggest challenge?
Well, the biggest challenge was getting enough waves and reading the ocean, because for me, I came out of a country not much waves around there, so I was really struggling of reading the waves. And most of the time when I sit in the water and with Matt, is that I can't read a wave, I can't catch a wave. It takes me the whole heat, I can just only catch 1 or 2 waves. It's just because I'm sitting in the wrong spot, and that's the only reason that's actually not allowing me to perform. And especially in surfing, every wave is different from the other one, so you cannot keep doing the same trick over and over again. And that's what's actually is just frustrating for me.
Okay. Now you said you travel a lot.
Yes.
What are your favorite surf spots to go to?
I fell in love with Bali.
Okay.
Maybe just because I haven't been to much countries so far yet, but then out of everywhere I've been to, Bali is my best surf spot so far, because I just found world-class waves. I'm a goofy footer, and it's goofy footers heaven over there. So I've just been having a good time. I just got back from Bali actually. I was there for a week actually, and I just had time of my life.
Okay, nice. Tell us about, I'm interested because you have not been surfing for a long time. Is it easy for someone who has never surfed before, who doesn't really know a lot about it, to just get out there and learn? Is it something that anyone can do?
I think it's easy to actually start surfing. Surfing is not a hard sport to pick up and to learn. Surfing is a really hard sport to progress and to move to the next step. But then what I believe in is that I never knew what surfing was. Not I didn't even know how to surf. I didn't know what surfing was until I actually started doing my rehab in the water. But then the good part is that if you have dedication and if you really want something, and I believe in this as if you dream it, you can do it. And I really actually dreamt surfing, and I actually saw myself surfing in the World Tour, and I saw myself surfing actually and competing against the pros, and that's what I actually aimed for, and that's what actually made me come through it. I think in all sports, in all professional sports, the only reason that pros reach where they are now is because they are dedicated and they actually show dedication. Lazy people, if you sit home and just dream of it, you're never going to reach it. You got to actually get your hands dirty.
Okay, all right, good. Do you remember your first wave?
I do remember my first wave. My first wave actually was literally was nothing at all. It was like 0.004 foot. But
baby wave.
Yeah, baby wave. But that wave actually made me fell in love with the sport. I straight away fell in love with the sport. And just for your information, I used to have that hair before, so maybe I was born to be a surfer.
He's got the look. He's got the look. What about any surf idols? Who do you look up to?
Of course, as all surfers, Kelly Slater is my hero. Not because he wins all the competitions, but just because Kelly Slater actually picked up his game. Kelly Slater is one of the old school surfers, but then if you see him, he's the only one still standing because he's adapting to the new school, to the new kids like Gabriel Medina, doing like insane airs, doing backflips. But you know what? Kelly Slater can still do that, even though with his age, even though with everything he's doing, he's still like competing with the young guys, still competing with Adriano, with Gabriel Medina, with Julian Wilson, all those guys. So I think he's an idol. He's a really big motivation for me. And also Jamie O'Brien, I really love how he surfs. I love his style of surfing, and I think those are my two idols, and I really do love surfing with them, and I would love to actually surf with them.
Okay, nice. So what can we expect from you in the future? I mean, where do you see yourself? When we hear Mo Rahma, what are we going to hear? What are your plans? I mean, long term.
The long-term plans is actually to be at the ASB, at the World Tour, and that's definitely my goal, and I think that's most of surfers' goals. But then I'm doing my first step. My short-term plan is actually to be in the WQS. I'm going to be doing my first event in China Hainan Cup in Feb 2014. And by doing that, I'm going to be the first one from the UAE and the first one out of the Middle East to compete internationally. And I think that's going to be a really good set stone for everyone, for all the Middle Easterns here, for all the like UAE nationals here, to actually put their foot up there and say, like, you know what, if someone can do it, it's not like a white people sport, it's not like expatriate sport, it's not like someone else's sport. Everyone can do it. I think we should also try it. I think it's a beautiful sport, and I think by doing that, it's going to give an opportunity to a new generation and new people to come in and join the sport.
Okay, perfect. All right, guys. So watch out for Mo Rahma, February 2014, China.
What do you say? What do you say? Just take a fire.